Hello and welcome, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 28th of August to the 3rd of September. This week I have chosen two amazing decks that I feel just keep us rooted and grounded, decks that are very practical and down to earth. I have got the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, which is a fairly new deck that's been released, and then I have the Whispering Woods Oracle, which is a beautiful deck, and these two work so well together. So let's move the tarot slightly out of the way and let's start with the little oracle. As I give this a shuffle, Earth signs, I am asking for clarity and guidance around what is the theme for your week ahead. What is the theme for all Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energies for the 28th of August to the 3rd of September 2023? Right, cards are shuffled. I'm cutting the deck, taking one off the top. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to turn it over just yet. Let's get the tarot shuffled and laid out, and then we will see what is in store. So again, as I shuffle the cards, we're asking for inspiration, insight, guidance, and clarity around what does the week ahead look like? What does this week bring you? Where does your focus need to be? What is important and significant for you to be aware of, mindful of, and focusing on for the week ahead for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Right, let's cut the deck. Card number one that we have is the Four of Cups. Card number two that we have is the Hermit. Card number three, we have the Two of Swords, making its second appearance this week. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Right, good. So we have a four, the Hermit, which is card 9, the 2, and the 3. So very low numbers, even though we've got a 9 in there. And let's have a look and see what is the theme for the week ahead, Earth signs. And you've got strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. I love that. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. So, you know, if you think about a tree, and again, I chose very earthy, grounded, a deck. So we're expect to get this kind of message. And earth signs, I mean, you guys are so grounded, you are so rooted, you are so stable and so secure, especially when your roots are deep. And if you would think about a tree with long, deep roots, and especially if they're detailed root system, it sort of holds itself into the soil. So no matter what happens above, it can hold and anchor itself in, so that yes, the wind may move it around, but it stays secure. And this is the week for you to see how strong and secure you are. How deep are your roots, or are you needing to do some work on your roots? So the first card we have out of the tarot is the Four of Cups. I actually want to show you because this artwork is just incredible. So there you are sitting underneath your little mushroom, okay? You are feeling a little bit despondent, a little bit bored, a little bit disinterested with everything that's going around you. You have tasted the sweet nectar from each of these cups, and it hasn't excited you. It just hasn't wowed you. You can see, like, even her little wings are flat. She's just really unhappy with life. Here comes along somebody else who has got the joy of spring in his step. He's carrying some flowers, he's got another cup of nectar, he's got a huge big smile on his face, a little acorn hat. Isn't he just the cutest? So, but she hasn't seen him yet. So up until that moment where she sees him, she still feels despondent, disinterested, uninspired, okay? And this is exactly how you may be feeling at the moment, Earth signs. You may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. You may be feeling a little bit underwhelmed. Let's not always go with over. It may very well be underwhelmed because she's tasted and she's like, blah, doesn't really excite her. If she knew her strength, if she knew what she was capable of, she could maybe mix the three together and come up with something completely unique and special. But maybe maybe she's lacking a bit of confidence. Maybe she's lacking a little bit of inspiration. Let's even go there. So this is maybe how you're all feeling this week, okay? You might be feeling yourself being tested a little bit, and feeling like things are just not quite reaching that level of, that everything. But what we need to understand with our little friend at the top, is that even when you're feeling low, even when you're feeling weak, there are always opportunities or circumstances or things happening around you that if you took advantage of could certainly change or improve your circumstance. So when you're feeling vulnerable, when you're feeling low, when you're feeling weak, that's when you need to recognize how strong you are, dig deep into your own personal root system, and find other alternates. We have the Hermit card. And it's quite interesting that the Hermit card comes after that one, because I put a lot of focus on our little friend here, okay? But the Hermit card is saying, actually, you don't need to rely on anybody else. The Hermit card is saying to you, because you know what happens is sometimes we can fall into that trap of always looking for a savior, always looking for somebody else to come with answers, solutions, and alternates. But the Hermit card is saying, actually, you don't need support, help, or guidance from anybody, because you're the strong one. You're the one that's got the strong root system. Sometimes you just need to remind yourself of that. But in moments where you can't, there will always be someone to assist you. But the Hermit card is saying to you, Earth signs, that you don't need anybody else. You're fully capable of doing this by yourself, for yourself. So when you're feeling low and uninspired and just overwhelmed, underwhelmed, whatever the emotion may be, you need to remind yourself how strong you are. You need to remind yourself that your roots run deep. And you need to remind yourself that you are the only one who can change your circumstance, that you are the only one who can improve and help yourself. Yes, somebody else may bring you another cup of glorious nectar, but you're the one that has to accept it. Put your hand out and say, yes, please, and thank you. Because they're not just going to, push it into your hands. They're going to make the offer, but you have to accept. So you have to do this because you are strong enough. The next one we have is the Two of Swords. Now, Two of Swords is the card of, well, if we just look at her body language, look at what she's doing. She's kneeling on the ground in almost a defensive but almost a suppressive pose, okay? So she's feeling very vulnerable. So she's gone into a little safe place where she feels like, okay, she knows nothing can come from behind her. She's got her hands crossed, her arms crossed in front of her chest, protecting her most vulnerable parts of herself. She does have swords, which means that she can defend herself if she needs to, but at this stage, it's a mind game, because she's got the blindfold on, which means that she cannot see who's coming at her. So if you imagine her to be sitting under the mushroom, because of the blindfold, she can hear somebody's coming, but she makes the assumption that they're there to hurt her, to cause her harm. So she immediately takes on the defensive pose. But the truth of the matter is, he's coming to assist. But because she can't see what's right in front of her, the imagination takes us to the worst case scenario. So again, you need to be strong enough to be able to remove the blindfold, to realize that nobody's coming to hurt you, and that maybe they're coming to offer you a cup of delicious nectar. So don't always assume the worst. Don't always jump to worst case scenario. Be brave enough, be strong enough to remove the blindfold and to face whatever's got you worried head on, instead of just sitting there and feeling sorry for yourself. But again, you're the only one who can do this for yourself. Nobody else is going to take their blindfold off you, because you're not going to let anybody close enough. It's interesting, isn't it? And what's really interesting is here we started off with solitude, with the opportunity for assistance. Solitude, solitude. Now we come to this next one, and I'm going to bring it closer for you. So here we have the Three of Pentacles. And immediately, on first glance, we see this person who is clearly chipping away and building something intricate and beautiful. And on first glance, it looks like he's working on his own. We can see all his tools and stuff, but look on the side here. See if I can get it into the light. So here we have a little creature and we have a little fae sitting with him. The little creature has got the plan. Okay, so even though it looks like he's doing the work, chipping away, chiseling away, building, constructing, making, there is somebody who is overseeing and giving guidance and instruction, and there is somebody who is bringing a little bit of magic to the situation as well. So this card, the Three of Pentacles, is the card of teamwork. It's the card of realizing that you cannot do everything on your own, but each person has their own strength that they contribute to the situation. So yes, you might have the skill of this precision artwork. That little creature has the skill, the strength, the power to understand the bigger picture and to follow the plan and to make sure that everybody's following the plan. And the little fae has the skill, the talent, the strength to bring magic to the situation, to make it easier for everybody. And together, even though we all bring different skills, but together we can create something beautiful. And earth signs, for you this week, that is the message. That is the message. Do not try and do everything completely on your own. Do not be stubborn. Yes, you are strong. Yes, you are capable. But we've got to come back to this little fairy sitting under the mushroom, because sometimes we can get so overwhelmed with the pressure of life that we retreat, that we become a little bit, introverted, that we keep everybody away and we're like not prepared to look, in which case we're never going to achieve anything. So we have to be strong enough to accept the help when it comes, to recognize that you have to accept the help, that you have to remove the blindfold, that you have to face that which is right in front of you. And you have to realize that as a team, together, you can achieve so much more than if you try and do it alone, even though you're fully capable. But sometimes it's just better to accept the help and guidance of friends, of people around you, because things do go better when you do that. But let's remind you of what the strength card said. It said, when your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. She's fearing the storm. She is fearing the storm. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. So use that as a reminder for this whole week, that you are strong, that you are rooted, that you are grounded, that you are secure. And there's no need to fear the storm. Absolutely no need to fear the storm. So earth signs, I love that for you. I'm going to leave that message right there for you, wishing you just the most amazing week ahead, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, earth signs.